You're listening to the 15 Minutes of Fame on the Podcast Business News Network.
And we are excited to have Marcus Boyd here joining us, our four-time award-winning autism activist. Welcome to the show today. How are you, Marcus?
I am fine. How you doing? It's very much an honor.
Oh, it's an honor to have you here with Autism Month, of course, awareness in effect here for the month of April. It's exciting to have you here. Would you mind introducing yourself to our listeners and viewers today?
Well, my name is Marcus Leonardo Boyd. I am a full-time autism activist award winner, 13-time music award-winning composer and musician, and I have autism.
And for those out there who are wondering what is autism, if they don't know, would you mind just filling us in on about it a little bit?
Well, basically, autism, as they say with the CDC research and like Google and stuff of that nature, they say that it's like a neurological, like brain. But for me, it's like we think different, we communicate different, we learn different and stuff of that nature. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not a disease. It's not a diagnosis. I mean, it's a diagnosis, but it's not a disease or anything else. And you can live fulfilled and successful lives.
Absolutely. My nephew, who is 13 now, he has autism. And my children in school, they just did their autism puzzles yesterday. So it's great that there's so much awareness about it. And I want to hear your personal journey and your story as well. You're from Little Rock, Arkansas, correct?
No, ma'am. I was born in Atlanta, Georgia, raised between Atlanta and Brooklyn, New York.
Hey.
Brownsville, to be exact. Atlantic and Rockaway, Blake's and Lennon.
And what brought you then to Little Rock, or do they have it wrong?
No, I am currently in Little Rock.
Okay, great.
I wanted to, really make a difference in this city. So, you have to come here and hit the ground running.
Beautiful. So talk to me a little bit about your story about growing up and what you experienced. I want to also point people to your website, autismactivistmarcusboyd.com. So tell us your story and your journey with autism, Marcus.
Well, basically, I got diagnosed April 12th, 1993. I was 10 years old, and they basically said that I have severe classic autism. The left side of my brain doesn't function correctly. I would never, eat by myself, put my clothes on. I would need a caregiver for the rest of my life. I would never get an education because of the drooling and using the bathroom on myself and the rocking. And I needed to be on medication, and I was like on Ritalin, Paxil, Depakote, lithium, Seroquel, 500 to 1,000 milligrams twice a day. I didn't get off pills until I was almost 23. I started talking at 13 and 13 and a half years old at a 2-year-old's level. I was nonverbal until then. We talking 17 foster homes, 16 group homes, 4 inpatient, 16 hospitals with the M word. We talking about electrical shock therapies for years. We talking about forcing me to take medications. We talking about abuse from, physical, sexual, emotional, because I was nonverbal for so many years and then placed in different homes. My parents didn't agree with me having autism. So they gave me up because they said they didn't want an all word as a child.
Oh, gosh, I am so sorry to hear this, the pain that you must experience and what you've been through. But I love the fact that you're using your own experience, your hardships, your journey now to start helping others like you. And that's the beauty in you, and that's your gift. And we are so excited to hear more about this. So again, can I just ask you your current day situation? So what brought you to Little Rock and what are you doing there?
Okay, so my current situation is I am going to start working with the city council here in Little Rock and other organizations and foundations that deals with disability and autism, not just to tell my story, but to fight for new laws, new programs, new Medicaid programs, new activity programs that can be able to affect not only Little Rock citizens, but everybody worldwide. I done spoke in South Africa, Dubai, London, Pakistan, Philippines. Actually, I'm doing a video in Pakistan tonight about my story and working with the doctors there that deals with autism in Pakistan. So, my thing is, it's not just a United States issue, it's a global issue.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm so excited you're here becoming an activist. So Before Little Rock, were you in Brooklyn also working as an activist as well? Or what inspired your move to Little Rock? That, of course, you're working with the council and all, but was that your first opportunity, or did you do this beforehand as well in New York?
I did it in New York, Atlanta, Tucson, Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona.
So how long have you been speaking up like this? This is great, and making so many people aware, and this is your month. So you've been doing this for how long now?
Close to 5 years.
Congrats.
Close
Congratulations.
to 5 years.
And what have
Out
you
here
noticed on your journey about autism, and how some people may not understand autism or understand you or what people go through? You mentioned medication. My nephew has been on at least 5 different medications, and now he's off medication. He's much better. Not saying medication is for everyone or not, but there's other things you could do, and people are just people. They're just different. So I don't understand why medication, the doctors think, oh, just medicate. It was making him tired, sleepy, stomach aches, the side effects, up all night. There's all different. It was just so much for him. And he's 13 and he's so confused. Now he's off it. He's much better. Can he not focus as much in school? Yes, but that's him, so I commend you on all the work you're doing, and I want to hear more.
Well, basically, what I have been doing, I've been going to NAACP meetings, school board meetings, festivals, concerts, just speaking the narrative of us as autism individuals, because an advocate or a researcher or a guardian or a parent really can't speak for us. Somebody has to be able to speak for us, because I have autism. I still have emotional behaviors. I still have triggers. I still have sensory issues, even as a music producer. So those things, and I'm almost 40, those things will never go away. But the thing is, for me, my grandma kicked it in my engine in gear. I lost her when I was 24, and she said, don't let your disability make room at anybody else's dinner table. Be the leader that me and God know that you can be. That was her last words before she passed away to me, to anybody. So I keep her memory and I keep pushing, because this brand is bigger than me. It's about every voiceless person that has autism that needs to have their voice heard. And that's why I'm fighting for.
Beautiful. Can I ask you about your grandma? Was she around when you were younger then? Did she raise you in a sense? Or would you mind sharing?
No problem. Basically, she did. She was at every foster home I ever went to. And she was there contributing and networking with my foster parents and stuff of that nature. She had 24 kids of her own. My mom had 22 of us.
Oh,
so,
gosh.
in one brownstone in Brooklyn, come on now, you in New York, one brownstone, we shared a bathroom with other families. So, this is reality.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Well, I'm so impressed at all you're doing. And do you want to talk a little bit about more of the work that you're doing now here worldwide? You mentioned Philippines, you mentioned Pakistan, and you're now working with the council in Little Rock in Arkansas.
Yes. What I do is, unfortunately, I can't go to Dubai or those type places. So I work with their organizations and their foundations in that country with autism, more than just in April. We do this 365, 7 days a week, every single day. I'm videoing, I'm interviewing, I'm pushing a narrative, I'm telling my story, I'm creating short films, TV series, coloring books, music festivals, clothing lines, shoe lines. Everything that I'm doing is to be a representation, to let people know that autism is not just a diagnosis, it's a way of life.
Mm-hmm. And you were bullied as a child, unfortunately, right? Going to all
Yes,
those
ma'am.
schools. What was that like for you?
Again, it was really hard being stuffed in lockers. At that time, $1.50 was my lunch. So they was taking my $1.50, beating me up, saying I couldn't sit with them, pointing at me, laughing at me, pouring water and hot boiling water and stuff all on me, pouring, ketchup and mustard on me because I was nonverbal. And I really couldn't do nothing. But I thank God for the angels that he sent in my life, called my 9 sisters, because, I have a sister named Big Patty. She's like 6'5", 6'6". So, when they was beating me up, she was beating them up.
Oh,
So
gosh. And have you yourself run into children like yourself at your age? How have you made a difference? Tell me how they're letting you know, whether they're verbal or nonverbal or not, but what have you done? I mean, I could only imagine the joy to meet someone who's like yourself, who could share those experiences. Could you share any of that with us?
Well, I know I've been to different schools and different elementary schools, high schools, universities, and stuff of that nature. And I talk to these young people and I tell them that it's not about being bullied currently. It's not about being picked on currently. It's about putting God first and and having that village around you, having that support and love, because that bullying ain't going to go away. They're going to stop making fun of you. But at the end, you still going to have to build your future. At the end, you still going to have to know where you want to go for yourself. They're only making fun of you and bullying you because they can't be like you. You are great. You are a genius. So let them hate, let them get upset, but they're not going to stop the greatness that's inside of you.
Perfect. Beautiful. And what do you have coming up next, Marcus? I know there's a lot on your plate.
Yes, I do. You see this baby right here? Yep, Marcus the superhero. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Congratulations. Is that a coloring book for children? I have a 5 and 7-year-old. We have to get it. Where can we buy them yet? Are they out or what's?
The link is coming out about 2-3 days from now. I'll make sure I will give to Mr. Flack the link so he can give to you and we will go from there. But that's coming. My autobiography book is on the way. A new children's book is on the way. Autism Music Fest is a 3-day music festival that's going to be happening probably next year in Orlando or California. It's for the special needs community and the autistic community. It's going to be sensory-free activities for parents, teenagers, kids, performances, food, vendors. It's 3 days. It's like a 3-day musical Woodstock, but it's for the special needs community.
That is amazing.
All of them together.
Wow, congratulations on this feat and what you're doing, Mike. Now tell us how we can reach out to you.
Okay, so you can either hit me up on Facebook, Marcus Leonardo Boyd, Instagram, Autism Activist Marcus Boyd, or Marcus the Interviewer, or again, my website, autismactivistmarcusboyd.com, or because I'm don't think I'm all that and I'm very humble, you can call me 479-225-0534. That's my cell phone number.
Perfect. I'm following you now. Autism Activist Marcus Boyd on Instagram. I found you there. I see the coloring book. I'm so excited to see Marcus the superhero, and it's for all children, dedicated to children with autism, and to let them know that they're special, they're genius, they're incredible. They could do whatever, and be that superhero just like yourself, and that you love them. Oh, that is beautiful. That is amazing to get through children and to be on their level and to relate to them that way. I mean, you're doing so much, and you're doing interviews as well. The morning shift, I saw that. What else are you up to?
Organization interviews. I got to be talking to the first responders out of Ohio with the police department to teach them more about us as autism individuals, what you should do and what you should not do with us as autism individuals. Again, I got to go back to Phoenix, Arizona and work with the amazing foundation. The Sound of Autism is a great foundation in Phoenix, Arizona. And who knows what I'm doing next.
And let's talk a little bit about what's happening tomorrow at 8:30. You're a guest speaker for the for a social chase show. Is that what it is?
Yes, that's out of Connecticut.
Congrats.
And she's Miss Helen Taylor, been doing incredible work out there with the Special Olympics and stuff of that nature. So I was honored to be on her show, and we're going to be doing a lot of speaking and stuff and spreading more awareness.
Well, we are so excited to have you here joining us, sharing your story and helping so many people out there, especially the children who really need to know that they're not alone. And in closing today, Marcus, what else do you want to leave? Any quotes of any sort or any words of inspiration for those out there who may be autistic, who may be suffering silently right now?
Well, I would say this. Autism is just a title. Don't let nobody close your door. Don't accept a no. Create your own yes. Strive for your greatness because you are a genius. You're incredible. You're creative. You're kind. You're loving. You're fun. And anyway, I stand with you. I believe in you. I support you, and I love you. I am autism activist Marcus Boyd.
Beautiful. Marcus Boyd, we love you. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for joining us today. We appreciate you.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you can now listen live on the MyTuner Radio and online Radio Box apps for iOS, Android, and the Amazon App Store. or check us out online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com or search Podcast Business News Network on onlineradiobox.com/US so you don't miss a minute of the action.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house.
And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned.
This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.